Well, I think the biggest lesson that we probably learned this past week is, if you have any lapses in trust when you're playing against an option team, that means you got to trust every guy is going to do what he's supposed to do. If a guy's supposed to take the dive, he'll do it. So then I can go play the next guy. If you have any lapses in trust or discipline in what you're supposed to do and how you're supposed to do it, it can have some pretty serious consequences. And I think our players probably going to learn a lot from that. Everybody has a job to do. It's important to do it regardless of what kind of offense that you're playing against. And I think our offense did a really good job in this last game of controlling the ball. It was good that they were able to do that. But that game's over and done with, and, we have a very, very big game. This is one of the greatest rivalries in college football, and certainly have a tremendous amount of respect for Auburn, their team, what they've been able to accomplish this year, some of the really good individual players that they have on their team. Blake's a really good receiver. They've got two really good running backs, Dyer and McCaleb, and they have improved as the season has progressed. They got some individual really good players on defense, and I think they've improved as the season has progressed, and they've been very sound and solid on special teams. So this is a big game. Our focus is on this game. We really don't have any interest in anybody playing in the Pac-12 or Pac-10 or 12 or whatever it is, or the Big 12 or any of those games really don't matter. None of those games matter. None of anything matters except how we play in this game. That's all that matters. In fact, I think I'm going to tell the team today, if you want to watch the LSU-Arkansas game, turn it off and go watch some Auburn film, because that game means nothing to us either. So if y'all are going to ask me about it, I hope you don't. But injuries to our team, Barrett Jones will start back practicing today. Jesse's kind of recovered from his sickness, so he should be able to practice today. Hanks is going to try to do some practicing today. Chapman will be back at practice today, and Will Lowry, obviously we made a release on that, is out for the year, and it's unfortunate. The guy gets injured this time of the year. Certainly a guy of his sort of competitive spirit and character, and being a great special teams guy and playing in dime, and has done a wonderful job for us. But it's a part of the game. We have to overcome it. He's going to have to overcome it as well.
Coach, I asked you this last year, and I'm interested to know, again, it's the time of the year where we stop and pause and think about what we're thankful for. And I know that it's been a long, tough year for you with this team losing a player, and then also with the tornado and the season moving so quickly. But I'm interested to know what you're most thankful for this year.
What I'm most thankful for this year? I think that there's so much that you have to be thankful for. This day, your family, wonderful wife and children, opportunity to, be at the University of Alabama around, the players that we have and the people that we have in the program. There's so much to be thankful for. It's almost hard to, just put a finger on any particular thing. But I'm thankful that I'm in a position to serve other people, to have an opportunity to do something that makes a difference for somebody else, regardless of what the circumstances are. We tried to do that relative to what happened in our community with the tornado, and we'll continue to try to do that wherever we can when people, are affected by things like that happen. So I guess I'm thankful to be in the position to be able to do that.
Mark Barron got hurt in this game last year, and it seemed like when we talked to him in January, he seemed really disappointed in terms of maybe he had an opportunity back then, had he been healthy, to go to the NFL. First of all, can you talk about what happened to him in that game, and and then talk a little bit about the recovery and what he's made the impact this year for the team.
Well, Mark, such a tough guy that he actually got hurt in the game on the touchdown pass, the first touchdown, when he tried to strip the ball. And, just felt like something happened to his shoulder, whatever, didn't know his pec was torn or whatever. So, the guy keeps playing. I mean, and even at halftime, said put a patch on and I'm okay. And continued to play in the second half and actually had an opportunity to make a play that he'd have probably made 9 out of 10 times if he wasn't hurt, that he couldn't make. And that's when we realized maybe something more was wrong with him. But I think Mark handled the whole injury thing in a really, really mature way. Made a good business decision about his circumstances, worked hard to get back to where he is, and he's had a great year and probably has enhanced his future by what he's been able to accomplish this year. But not once in this entire season has Mark Barron ever been focused on anything but what was best for our team. I mean, he's been a really good leader. He's played through injuries and pain and you name it, and he's a leader in the secondary. He prepares every week. He makes all the calls. I don't know of a guy that can handle his circumstances and situation any better than he has, and he's had a fantastic year for us.
Nick, I'm interested in your evaluation of how well you guys have played the last couple of weeks. And I know people have discussed, did the LSU game take something out of your guys that you haven't quite gotten back yet?
Well, it's a tough circumstance for everybody when you lose a tough game. I think we've been a little nicked up the last couple of weeks, and I think we've had a lot of players that haven't been able to participate like they'd like to, relative to what they're capable of. Hopefully we'll try to get some of those guys back this week. I do think that our players have handled the situation going to Mississippi State and playing in a tough environment against a pretty decent team, and playing the way we needed to play in that game to be successful. I think that really defined the character of this team to be able to do that. Last week, I don't think we played very well in the first half, but I think we responded the right way. And, but I'll be honest with you, it's tough. I mean, you feel like you got everybody focused on what they need to do. Georgia Southern was a better team than what everybody thought, especially the way they execute and run their offense. I'm not talking about us. I'm as coaches, I'm talking about the respect maybe the players had for it, the people, the community, the media. Like, this is just show up and win the game. Well, it's not that simple. And we'll kind of see this week, because this team has a tremendous opportunity in a big game, for us that, we weren't able to finish last year, and it's always tough to play, down there. So this is probably as big as challenges we've had all year. So it'll be interesting to see how we respond.
Could you talk about some of the options that you have going forward at that dime back position?
Well, we could leave Mark, continue to, play there, play somebody else at safety. Or, Vinny has been the backup dime guy, and just leave Mark play safety. But, those would be the two things that we would, probably make a decision about. We don't play dime until later on, so kind of make these decisions as the week goes on. When we do third down, that's when we play dime, so that's when we'll probably make that decision.